Primetime. I'm Chipin Kwung. Let's have a look at the headlines. Nagaland government meets tribal hohos in Kohima. Issues like boundary dispute of Paren and Dimapur districts. Role of Gaunburas, women reservation in the ULPs discussed. Nagaland Chief Minister Nltv launches Nagaland Sustainable Developmental Goals Vision 2030. Chief Minister called upon the people to make this decade a decade of positive action. Nagaland Bar Association submits a representation to the state government, states that act of constituting NICA tribunals was unnecessary. All Nagaland College Students Union ANSU 6 centers special attention and financial assistance for Nagaland during implementation of the new education policy NEP 2020. LPG cylinder prices hiked again for the second straight month. Petroleum companies increased the price of domestic LPG cylinders by Rs 25. In Nagaland, price of LPG cylinder touches Rs 1,000 mark. In a dumbfounding incident that took place at Yanu at 2 a.m. this morning, thousands of armed men from Yanjin Range on the Dizit subdivision, Mon district intruded Yanu village and damaged properties worth crores of rupees. Paddy fields, tea gardens and other various plantations have been badly damaged and huts set ablaze. In the videos and photos circulated on social media, attackers were seen celebrating after burning and destroying properties. Police outposts at Yanu village and police officers at Dizit subdivision looked on helplessly as they were heavily outnumbered. This horrifying act kept Yanu villagers awake at midnight as they spent in fear. Yanu village awaits the administration, police and civil societies to deliver justice and condemn such inhuman act in a civilized society. Nagaland Chief Minister Nltv on Tuesday in Kohima launched the Nagaland Sustainable Developmental Goals Vision 2030. The Chief Minister called upon the people to make this decade a decade of positive action. Rio called upon everyone to join hands to achieve the SDGs with renewed focus on innovation, cooperation and partnerships. Rio said that the 17 goals and targets for sustainable development documented in the Nagaland SDG Vision 2030 are aligned to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which inspire in the direction of an universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and to ensure that everyone enjoys peace and prosperity. Rio said that there are major challenges that need to be addressed in order to meet these ambitious targets within the timelines. Nagaland government meets tribal hohos in a meeting at the State Banquet Hall, Chief Minister's residential complex Kohima, to discuss several issues. The meeting was chaired by J. Alam IAS Chief Secretary and the keynote address was delivered by Chief Minister Nltv. During the meeting, the issues taken up were boundary dispute of Paren and Dimapur districts, role of Gaunburas, Chibis, women reservation in the ULBs. In addition, emphasis was on NICA tribunals for adjudication as per primary customary laws to be examined and the status of implementation of RIIN to be examined. Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh, Union Minister of State for Education and External Affairs, said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is committed to solving the NICA issue. Addressing a press conference at Hotel Jaffa in Kohima on Tuesday, he said that prior to Modi government, talks on NICA issue were held like tea parties, where the two sides would come to a roundtable discussions and leave without any positive outcome. However, he said that after Modi became the Prime Minister, he showed seriousness on the issue by signing the framework agreement, which was targeted at bringing peace to Nagaland and subsequently to the whole region. Singh mentioned that he chose to start the Ashirwad Yatra with Nagaland as his first stop instead of Assam, although the latter would be easier for him to visit. Singh clarified that his real interest in Nagaland was to see the level of progress and development. All Nagaland College Students Union ANSU has sought center's special attention and financial assistance for Nagaland during the implementation of the new education policy NEP 2020. All Nagaland College Students Union President Vimiyeko Vitso and General Secretary Imna Meron M. Jamir, in a representation to Union Minister of State for Education and External Affairs Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh, pointed out that states like Nagaland would take a long time in implementing the new policy due to the existing poor facilities and infrastructure, which would lead to negative repercussions. Hence, they say that if the new education policy was implemented, social attention and special financial assistance must be extended to the state. The union further requested Singh to take up the matter with the Union Tribal Affairs Ministry and facilitate scholarship without installments. Ziliang Students Union Nagaland ZSUN has urged service providers for better telephone network and internet connectivity in parent district. In a press release, ZSUN President King Salt Hegwang said poor network coverage and internet service has adversely affected the day-to-day activities. The union said call drops, voice break, erratic reception or signal, and disconnection of internet during power outages, load shedding were causing a huge problem during the pandemic, especially when work and education have mostly shifted to virtual mode. In this regard, ZSUN has appealed the service providers, namely BSNL, Airtel and Reliance Jio, to improve their services in the district. During a meeting on Tuesday, the Noklak District Planning and Development Board agreed to pool in resources available in the respective departments to upgrade Noklak Town. The decisions were taken during the meeting that took place in the Deputy Commissioner's office, Noklak, under the chairmanship of Deputy Commissioner and Vice Chairman DP Noklak, Haizu Miru. Meanwhile, STO C. Tonokyu Longtiba Sanctum informed the House regarding the road condition of Tonok New subdivision, where both the roads connecting to Tonok New subdivision from Tuensang and Noklak was in a deplorable condition due to continuous rain. NST bus services from Noklak to Kohima and Dimapur was also discussed, and the House approved and recommended it to higher authority for consideration. LPG cylinder prices hiked again for the second straight month. Petroleum companies increased the price of domestic LPG cylinders by Rs 25. The price of a non-subsidized 14.2 kg gas cylinder will now cost Rs 859.50 in Delhi. In Mumbai, a non-subsidized LPG cylinder will now cost Rs 859.50 as well. An individual has to pay Rs 886.5 for a cylinder in Kolkata. Highest among the four metros in Chennai, cooking gas cylinder will now cost Rs 875.50. However, in Nagaland, the price will be highest in comparison to the other states, as LPG price is Rs 920 per cylinder in Dimapur, which was earlier 890. On the other hand, a LPG gas cylinder costs up to Rs 1,000 in Kohima, which is the capital, which also is the highest in terms of price in the entire country. In Dimapur, all business establishments are shut down on Wednesdays and Saturdays as per the order issued by the district task force. Reportedly, shopkeepers are unable to pay rent and salary as they are having a huge loss in their businesses. The shopkeepers appeal the government as to allow them to open all shops on a daily basis. Nltv took a ground report in Dimapur town on the views of the shopkeepers and the public about the closure of shops on Wednesdays and Saturdays as per the order issued by the district task force.
Viewers, welcome to Nltv. Sob manulaga awas. Aji amikan Nltv khan yede Dimapur town de ahina se aro amingan jani ase ki ite do dukan khan saishe gule dukan khan bi sob bon ase aro idu do as per the order given by district task force government of Nagaland. So amikan ahibi aji dukan wala khan kunba logode jankari lowo ki tahan bi idu tahala dukan bon hua do tahala opinion bi ki ase aro tahan bi hardships khan face kres nat idu new normal do ki tahan kinya follow na jai se idu huda hodi kuro to apnian bi idu Wednesday aro Saturday do dukan sob bon hole order dina ase so idu la opor de apnian bi ki opinion ase
ami khan to eneka ase na ek haftate dudin bon thaka to beshi duk pai ase mokhan to apni khan holibi government logote kotha kori kina pura market khuli dibole olop apni khan kotha kori kina dile bhal ase kile ami khan dukan bhara bi nolai aro কাস্টমার বি ঠিক পরা আহিব না পারে আমি খান বেশি দুঃখতে চলি আছে আমি খান কিন্তু আমি খান বিয়া কথা বি করা নাই হলিবি নাগাল্যান্ড গভর্নমেন্টকে আমি খান কবলে থাকা তো মরম পড়া একবার বিয়া কথা বি করা নাই হলি ভাল পড়া একবার চাই দিবি দিলে মার্কেট খুলি দিয়া তো বেশি ভাল আছে কিন্তু আমি খান অলপ
এপিল করে দিলে ভাল আছে না আমি খান এমতে কিলে
এনএলটিভি কে বেশি শুকরিয়া থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ
হাপ্তাতে 2 দিন এনেকা বন্ধ থাকা তো আমি বি দুঃখ পাই আছে আমি দোকানতে স্টাফ খান কাম করা তো তাখান বি স্টুডেন্ট আছে তাহলে আঙ্কেল বাবা
The Nagaland Bar Association submitted a representation to the state government on August 17, stating that the act of constituting Naga tribunals was unnecessary. The bar's representation comes in the backdrop of the state government calling for a consultation with the tribal hohos on the prospect of Naga tribunals for adjudication as per customary laws, for which a meeting has been scheduled on August 18 in Kohima. It stated that the prevailing 1937 rules provide for the administration of customary laws at the village level and between persons belonging to the same tribe. It also added that those entrusted with the responsibility of administering customary laws must have necessary skill set. All Nagaland Private Schools Association ANAPSA organized a felicitation program for the HSLC and the HSSLC state rank holders in Nagaland Board of School Education Examination at Holy Cross Higher Secondary School Auditorium, Dimapur on August 16. The guest of honor, Mr. Rajesh Sundararajan, IS Deputy Commissioner Dimapur, in his speech congratulated all the rank holders. Mr. Rajesh Sundararajan said girls have performed better than boys once again. He said that the juniors should follow their footsteps.
Let me take this opportunity to congratulate and appreciate all the toppers who are being felicitated today, and also the various schools who have contributed and who have made it possible for them to realize whatever achievements they have done. So this is a reflection of the efforts from the school side, from the student side, from the parents side. So it's a reflection of the hard work and the efforts what has been put into it over years. I would say it's not possible because of a day's effort or a couple of weeks efforts. So a lot of efforts and a lot of dedication, sincerity and commitment has gone into it. So let me congratulate and appreciate all the schools as well, led by
An unknown man was found lying unconscious and breathless near a popular bakery in Dimapur town today. The man was found by a good Samaritan named Kido Kipa, who works at Faith Harvest Church, Kohima. After Kido Kipa offered him water to drink, he regained consciousness and was handed over to West Police Station, Dimapur. Thereafter, he was taken to Civil Hospital, Dimapur for a checkup.
Okay, so you are from east? West. Okay, anyways. Thank you. এতিয়া অলপ আগেতে একজন মানুহ পপুলাৰ বেকাৰী লগা সামনে ইমান আনকনসিয়াস ষ্টেটে লোক পাইছে একজন গুড সামাৰিটান একটা পৰা ইটো দেখিছে তাইতো যাই কিনা চাইছে হলেবি ইটো মানুহটো সাহসবি নলৈ কিনা ইমান আনকনসিয়াস ষ্টেটে ইমান বিয়া থাকিছে ইটো গুড সামাৰিটান নাম দ কিটো কিপা আৰু তাইতো ফেথ হাৰ্ভেষ্ট চাৰ্চ কহিমাতে কাম কৰে গুনা শুনিছে তাইৰ পৰা ইটো মানুহকে পানী কিনি কিনা খেলাই কিনা তাই লগা কনসিয়াসনেছটো অলপ ৰিকেন কৰিছে আৰু তাইৰ পৰা ইমিডিয়েটলি ৱেষ্ট পুলিচ ষ্টেচন দি কল কৰিনা ৱেষ্ট পুলিচ ষ্টেচন খান আহি কিনা তাইকে উঠাই কিনা ইটো চিভিল হস্পিটেল দি ট্ৰিটমেণ্ট কাৰণে লৈ যাইছে So where did you found him?
I just found him here right now.
Okay.
And I asked the shopkeeper, but it seems that he came for the first time.
Okay.
So they are not aware about his situation right now. So I just noticed that he needs help. So actually he was not breathing also at first. So I gave him some water and somehow he's like breathing now.
ACC Higher Secondary School located at Lakeview Colony, Dimapur, reopened their doors to students and has resumed with their offline classes since 9th of August. On being asked about the opinions of few students, we learned that they were more than excited to join and that they can easily clear the doubts with the concerned teachers, unlike online classes, where they face a lot of issues along with the internet connectivity being such a hassle.
Kan kini woliwi diwi tukaze ta the family background do mohan sailena to don problem face kore dan online class to
coming back to the offline class we feel much more better because we can interact with our teachers face to face and we can also clarify our doubts.
I feel coming to school is better than offline classes because we become more responsibilities and we come with honesty in school.
Online class to offline class very ভাল আছে কি কাৰণে online class to network বিয়া থাকে
online do we all know ido bishi bachan bi bishi dukase aro teachers can be go like that satisfaction ekta nai na kile it's a very new ido bishi notun ase na
kile parents concern pra takan application takan jo risk lobo na application digena ini takan doubts eta duta thaga ini hudibule ahya ase ini school de
class 11 12
Nagaland Governor R.N. Ravi and Chief Minister Nltv have extended greetings to the members of the Sangdam community on the occasion of Hunabungbi festival. In his message, Ravi said that celebrations of Hunabungbi was to display affection and care for one another. He said that the festival provides an opportunity to understand and appreciate the beauty of the underlying ancient philosophies of the community. The governor wished all happiness, good health and prosperity on the auspicious occasion. State Chief Minister Nltv also took to Twitter and extended best wishes for blessings of peace and the well-being of everyone. Vision Trinity Club on August 17 organized an event, Reach Out, contributing 200 books and 500 masks to 5 villages in the southern Angami region in Kohima, namely Fuchama, Kusama, Gikwema, Fisama and Sakapama. The event was organized with the main purpose of promoting a culture of reading. Reportedly, the event was carried out successfully with all COVID-19 precautions. The 200 books contributed comprised of varied selected categories from fiction, general knowledge and reference books to further encourage and enhance the students.
Welcome to Nltv. আজি Nltv থানিতে Vision Trinity Club থানত আইনা আছে আৰু আমি থানত তানা President Vision Trinity la President Nunuse Saleh and he is also the speaker of Southern Angami Student Union. Tanot aina আছে আৰু তাইলত হদাহদি কৰিব কি আজি তাই তান project লয়না books tan dina jaze উছে কুমা selective village tanot তো তানত হদাহদি গুনা যাই যাব. Hello, welcome brother to Nltv. Brother আপনি ইদু আজি books tan aro documents ki tan apni han busti di dina jadu itu ki la busti tan apni han select korna di dina jasina
itu project to this is the first time we are doing a book project, so this project is called Reach Out. So just last week we saw one of our friends from Kigwema. He created a library for the students. So we thought that this is a very good initiative. So why not help them in any way possible? So we are an NGO, or most of the people are students. So financially we are not stable enough. So we thought that we will just give them around books, around 40 books to 5 villages, and face masks as COVID is still going on. So volunteer kani manu bishi ase na. So kitaba to mask shortage hui jai to kane mask we didio kuni to initiative lo ala ase.
Baro to idu apni than ida idu ina project than dinina jado. Is this the first time la apni than past TV nanang kuna ai theisi nala kam dhando?
This is not the first time we created this club in 2017. Actually, it was a band back in the days when we used to sing, but now we transitioned it to a club. So the main motive of this club is to help the youth to create a better generation, so that our generations can bring a change and create a better platform, not only for ourselves but for the future generations. Itu club khola la ase. So we have done around 25 projects till now from 2017 to 2021.
Baro aji aminan hunyan sabto apni thana itu club to books thana documents aro face masks tan 5 selective village thani didina jasina hunise. Can you please mention the village name?
Okay, so the village is Puchama, Pesama, Sakabama, Kigwema, and Kuzama.
Okay, brother, then apni thana itu create the sponsorship aro support itu hando kudila ayasina.
We don't usually get the sponsorship from the government because it's very difficult, and for an NGO like this, it's very hard to get sponsorship. But la club we have a little funding every week collection kwe, and then whenever we do a project, people are always kind enough to donate from free will donations kwe. So with that, we utilize it and try to make it as big as possible. Yeah.
Okay, brother, apni than initiative than luina jado apni than group la member than jado. Is there any difficulties face? Kiba duk suk than apni than face kona jaila na jai?
There's always difficulty which we face. Like 2017, they start attended. We were still young, and
a young man from Dimapur, Din Longam, who drew his inspiration from renowned hairstylist Jawed Habib and thought he couldn't complete his education, took up his passion and interest for hairstyling. A sincere hard work and dedication towards his passion for the last 5 years has now taken him towards a new direction. As Din Longaman talks with Nltv, he talks about his journey. Further, he wishes that his journey could inspire many other youth to take up hairstyling as a career option. During the interview, he also shared his experience of how he underwent training from one of the creative directors of Tony and Guy, an international salon from Chennai, Tamil Nadu.
Ajuman aine thake do ekta hard working naga youth logo aine ase to aibi amian talo khota koi logo to sati apna naam to ki asna
mera naam to Din short mati sekole aro full mati sekole Din Longam ni ase
to apni itu profession do kicha ba shuru korise
itu profession do আমি শুরু হওয়াতে it's almost 5 years মই ট্রেনিং লোৱা পিছতে আৰু মই এক্সপিৰিয়েঞ্চ ৱৰ্কিং এক্সপিৰিয়েঞ্চ এনেকা হয় না 5 years হ'ল আছে 21 কমপ্লিট হৈছে গ'লে তো 5 years কমপ্লিট হৈছে আমিলা
ক'ত ট্ৰেনিং লৈছিল আপুনি
আমি ট্ৰেনিং লোৱাটো সাউথ ইণ্ডিয়াত তামিলনাডু চেন্নাইতে আছে এইটো টনি এণ্ড গাই ইছান শ্ব'তে পৰা মই ট্ৰেনিং লৈছে
তো what inspire you আপুনি ক'ত এইটো ইনস্পিৰেশ্যন পাইছে তো কৰলা
একচুৱেলি মই like moila aim aro moila kiba to alag thakise hoile once I drop out from college ami graduate hoise hoile 4th semester to moi back paper paise etu kore moi etu to moi sari dibo etu moi alsi hoy jaise etu puri na bi ki ko ajikali to graduate hoine bi kam bi na paise etu la mon ekta olaise moi ke aro moi chuli la any YouTube te ki honi sai dekche moi Jabi Habib la inspire hoise tate pra moi etu interest thakina moi etu training karni moi sida jaina tate training loi hoise
to man ajikali dikhi thake naga youth khan do man like hard working na thake mostly ঘৰতে বহাবি বেছি
In interview with Nltv, the Statistic and Educational Secretary of Kusama Student Care Union, Zaya Takro, highlighted about their small group called Project Brighter Kusama. It is a group of youth members from Kusama who took up the initiative with the help of Ngesedo Takro, who is the project convener, to light up their streets with renewable sources like hydro energy. The initiative started on June 2020, in which they built 23 street lamps and 8 street lights, whereas what is worth mentioning here is that there was no government support in this initiative.
아지 Nltv 단 이데 쿠즈마 빌리지 때 아이나지 이데 아이나 타이어도 ताना कुजुमा विलेज थाना स्टूडेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एकता प्रोजेक्ट टेकअप करना ताना इदु बुसिदे स्ट्रीट लाइट थान थालिना जा थाना इदु होता होदी ग्रो आमी थानोत ताना स्टूडेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एकता लीडर आइना जे तालोत होता होदी गुनाइ दु इंडिविजुअल जाओ हेलो ब्रदर वेलकम टू एनएलटीवी ब्रदर अपनी ला नाम और डिजिग्नेशन कोइ दुबो
Hello, my name is Zaya Takro. I'm currently the Statistical and Educational Secretary in KSU.
Brother, apni thang lai do project lo do strict like do all of highlight kuri do parwo.
To project Brighter Kusama do we started around June last year. So the main aim was to produce electricity for the from the river with the help of a hydrogen. So the hydrogen was donated by Nepet Dimapur. So from the river we were able to set up 33 street lamps and around 8 street lights.
Brother, do apni thang project thando loam di do sponsorship aro support thando kutila IC do lop kuido parwo.
Muy yade komunjado itu project sponsor koreado like we didn't have any help from the side of the government. It was basically mostly done by locals, and then press can be kombato thagije like Eastern Mirror aru paycheck ta thagije the Indian Better India, yeah, Better India aru from in and around our village, and then from Kohima, like people we know.
So, brother, idu project to apni than start kuru tamde iku engineer, kuma engineer than involved thaisla thagine.
Idu project to it was mainly because of one individual among our friends. He was tai nepet te kam ko thagise Dimapur de to. Kotha kuri gine mohan itu nepet khan tahan hydrogen ekta donate kurise tate bara kiseto engineer kiseto tai tai bara itu ani gine mohan taila under him we were able to complete this project.
Aro itu brother apni kon isne itu project Brighter Kusama la group thando aro iku future plans asala nai de iku development dang grule.
Plans kando ase but moi khan itia do budget develop lo ase nohile moi khan bi planning do ase like we will like explore more of renewable energy and clean energy like itia do electricity la ase next we plan of making windmills and even like tourism you know.
So, Amidan Hunyan is na tahana student leaders are student leaders are student bodies tan tani do planning thandoro jai thagule future plans to moi mona cycle like mona channel cycle all the best wish create ase aro tahan motop sotop lagya than ki ulibi tani do green environment green grule aro renewable resources te chola ole ami janai dia ase ki tahande motop sotop thang kuri libi in every ways. And I'm here with my camera person Moatamjun. This is Rabin Hang Ovong reporting for.
In a fight against the use of tobacco-related substances, 3 districts in Nagaland organized Smoke-Free District Headquarter campaign. This campaign was held at this Conference Hall Tionsang on 17th August 2021. According to DIPR, DC Tionsang Kumar Ramnikant spoke on the primary, secondary and tertiary damage caused by tobacco substances. He also asked the Tobacco Consumer Control Cell to expand the campaign across the district and to establish a rehabilitation center for de-addiction of tobacco-related substances. In Mon District, the campaign was launched on 16 August by Deputy Commissioner Thavasilan K, IAS. Thavasilan stressed on the importance of making people aware about the harmful effects of passive smoking. Mokokchung District also organized the campaign under the initiative of National Tobacco Control Program, NTCP. DC Mokokchung Lima Wapang Chamir launched the campaign. Public were sensitized on Section 4 of COPTA 2003, Section 6A of COPTA 2003, and Section 6B of COPTA 2003 and other Tobacco Products Act COPTA 2003 during the campaign in the respective districts. Chief Engineer Asangbat Dikir, Transmission Division of Dimapur Department of Power and Public, on an interview with Nltv that Dimapur would experience power outage from 18th to 20th of August from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. in the majority of the places. This would be in relation to some ongoing work progress for the maintenance of the transformer at substation Nagarjan. For the completion of the work, 3 days would be required, and keeping in mind for the convenience of the citizens, the timing for the power outage would be from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. And he further requested the public be patient with the ongoing work.
Hello viewers, welcome to Nltv. So Manolaga Awas. Aji amigan yede powerhouse tayo ginase. Amigan logo de executive engineer Sir Asangbat Dikir, Transmission Division Dimapur Nagaland. Dahil logo de interview lobo le ahigina se. To electric outrage in Dimapur laka opor de lobo le ahigina se. To sir, mukhang notification paishe ki electric outrage in Dimapur. To 18 to 20 bar effect hobo. To itu laka effect to aji morning bar paya se. To itu laka opor de apni bi like ki karne hoshi aro ki problem ase ido olop kobole parbo.
Yeah, idea existing spare ekta ase 20 MVA transformer. Idu that is switchyard Nagarjan switchyard prat danigina idu Jumu substation de loi jabole ase. Idu danigina ulawol nimide mogan approximately continuous kam grobole 9 hours to lagi ase. So mogan la assessment de idu continuous 9 hours during daytime whole Dimapur, I mean major part of Dimapur plague out group so bonus suffer group in this heat. So that's why mohan ito timing to kiba grogina staff can be duk baze, but early in the morning, that is 3 a.m. pralogina 6 a.m. dak 3 hours a day. Gogina loi jabo rukibo gogina din do as usual normal ito power supply dibo gogina it is a for the convenience of the people, it mohan shut down to 3 hours early in the morning. Rati andhara hua time de torchlight July ki na mohan kam shuru kore. So it is and in this respect, I would request.
State Disaster Management Authority Nagaland has issued detailed SOP for Unlock 5. Government officers will now function with 100% attendance of Group A and Group B officers, 50% attendance of the employees of the government offices. Regular classes of schools below class 10 will remain suspended. Public places such as swimming pools and cinemas shall remain closed. Two-wheeler taxi service will be permitted to carry passengers. Parks, other catering areas like gymnasiums will run with 50% capacity. These SOPs will be applicable up to 2nd September. Now we have another news breaking coming in. The State Disaster Management Authority Nagaland has issued a detailed SOP for Unlock 5. According to these new Unlock 5 guidelines, government offices in the state will function with 100% attendance of all government officers. And with this, the 50% attendance of other government employees shall also be maintained in all the government offices. And when it comes to schools, there shall be regular classes of schools below class 10 and below, but those shall be in online mode and the offline mode shall remain suspended. Public places such as swimming pools and cinemas shall remain closed at the moment. Two-wheeler services in the state will be permitted to carry passengers. Parks and other catering areas such as gymnasiums will run with 50% capacity. And these SOPs shall be applicable up to 2nd September 2021. In a meeting that was held on Tuesday in Guwahati regarding public health response on COVID-19, the health minister for Northeast states in order to strengthen the health infrastructure to fight the pandemic effectively, the center has allocated rupees 352.92 crores for northeastern states under Emergency COVID Response Package 2 ECRP. Under the scheme, Nagaland was allocated with rupees 62.46 crore. Union Minister for Health and Family Welfare, Mansukh Mandavia, said the fund would be to enable the states to enhance the health services and facilities needed to combat the pandemic more aggressively. He further informs that center will ensure regular supply of vaccines to the region so that maximum number of people who are vaccinated and shall be vaccinated within the next few weeks.
क्राइसिस का सामना करने के लिए कोविड पैकेज 2 डिक्लेयर किया गया। 23,000 करोड़ रुपीस सारे देश के सभी स्टेट को अपने पॉपुलेशन के आधार पर दिया जा रहा है। उसमें से 1,300 करोड़ से ज़्यादा।
Meghalaya is still tensed following the death of Nltv Tangkyu, a former militant of outlawed Hindu Trap National Liberation Council (HNLC), in a police operation that has led to a crisis in Meghalaya. As hundreds joined Tangkyu's funeral procession, stone pelting, vandalism and arson rocked Shillong on Independence Day, as a result of which the state has been placed under curfew until August 18.
Shillong burns over ex-militant killing. Meghalaya Governor's Karkad attacked during curfew. Meghalaya CM resident under attack. Death of Chesterfield Tangkyu creates havoc among citizens. Shillong stands still in a shutdown.
A large number of the sleeper cells were arrested.
The death of Chesterfield Tangkyu, a former militant of the outlawed HNLC, in a police operation has led to a crisis in Meghalaya as hundreds joined Tangkyu's funeral procession. Stone pelting, vandalism and arson rocked Shillong on Independence Day, as a result of which the state has been placed under curfew until August 18. Fresh violence was reported in Meghalaya's state capital Shillong during curfew hours on Tuesday when unidentified miscreants attacked the Karkad of Governor Satyapal Malik with stones on its return from Assam after dropping him at an airport there, a Raj Bhavan official said. The governor took a flight to the national capital and safely landed in Delhi. The aftermath of the entire episode has led to Home Minister Lakshman Rimbui resigning from his post. The reason for which he stated is that he is calling for a judicial probe to bring out the truth.
I propose that judicial inquiry be conducted so that all the facts of the matter could be brought into light regarding this unfortunate incident which happened on the 13th of August 2021.
Internet in the state has been blocked for 72 hours in 4 districts and central forces have been deployed. What led to the death of the militant, as stated by the Meghalaya police, is that Tangkyu had become active in the last 6 months. The police claimed that they had clear notifications of his involvement in 2 low-intensity blasts in Clariat, East Jaintia Hills in July and in Shillong's Laitumkra market last week. The blast, which left 2 people, were injured. As per a police statement, Tangkyu had attacked the team of police with a knife in an attempt to escape, and the police exerted their right to private defense by firing a single round, which hit him. He died on the way to hospital. In reaction to this, Tangkyu's family describes the killing as a cold-blooded murder, and local residents accuse the police of a fake encounter. News Desk, Nagaland TV.
Justice B.V. Nagaratna is in line to become the first woman Chief Justice of India in 2027. Led by Chief Justice N.V. Ramana, the Supreme Court Collegium has recommended the names of 9 judges for the elevation to the top court, including 3 female judges. Justice B.V. Nagaratna, who is presently a judge with the Karnataka High Court, has also been recommended by the Collegium. She was appointed as an additional judge of the High Court of Karnataka in 2008 seat and as a permanent judge nearly 2 years later. She is likely to have a month-long tenure. Her appointment will be a historic moment for the country's judiciary. Justice Hima Kohli and Justice Bella Trivedi are the two other women judges in the list of recommendation, reportedly. There have been demands for India to have a woman Chief Justice. Shashi Tharoor, Congress MP and former UN diplomat, was cleared of charges in relation to his wife's death by Delhi court. Sunanda Bushkar, 51, was found dead in a suite of a luxury hotel in Delhi back then on January 17, 2014. Tharoor was booked under IPC sections 498A and 306 by the Delhi police. After the Delhi court refused to frame charges against the 65-year-old MP, he was cleared, and the MP expressed great relief and his thanks to the judge, saying that it was an absolute torture for the last 7.5 years. And that's all for now. Thank you for watching Nagaland TV.